Good morning, everyone. This is my first video, which I'm going to talk about Power Apps, but not with any other connection, but especially with our connector, that is Cloud BackEnd Service API, NowDB Custom Connector, which is created by my partner, Taufik Sulaiman from Indonesia. So what is special of this connector is we are giving you something that it will automatic generate OpenAPI, or you call it Swagger 2.0, to be consumed or imported into Power Apps, and you can use it directly to create CRUD. Okay, so that is something very different from what people have shared about how to write Swagger. So we are not going to learn how to write Swagger or OpenAPI, but we are giving you a backend service where you can generate OpenAPI automatically. Okay, today is not my session to share with you how to write a custom connector. That will be in the second video. But today I'm going to share with you what is unique with NowDB and why they are having more advantages over CDS or even SharePoint or even SQL. All right, so that is something we are going to tell you uh, on this NowDB. All right, so I think everybody know what is Power Apps. And Taufik Sulaiman and myself has been the insider since the beginning of January 2016, before it was released at GA in November 2016. And definitely we know that Microsoft Power Platform is able to build apps on desktop, open with any browser using Power App Studio, as well as running on phone, either it is on Android and iOS. All right, so we are going to use Canvas to create apps and connect it to our NowDB. All right, then definitely you still have to use the same like before, sign up, sign into Power App Studio, and you can design by yourself with your own imagination on how to make apps. All right, then before I start to show you the difference between a NowDB custom connector with the rest of the connection, let me show you a simple table that the Power Apps can easily connect to OneDrive, Google Drive, or Dropbox, so-called cloud storage, or a unique data services generated by Microsoft CDS. This is the one specially made for Power Apps, as well as SharePoint or SQL. All these things can be connected to Power Apps easily, and you can consume the data and also using the formula from Power Apps. But unluckily, Excel can only show up to 2,000 rows, even though it can save more than 2,000. But for CDS and SharePoint or SQL, yes, definitely these are the most famous one. But the problem is they do have a lot of delegation formulas, whereby you need to learn how to overcome the delegation. Otherwise, you can only see 2,000 rows. But in our custom connector, okay, you are not having this problem, and there's no limitation at all, and we do not have something like delegation. So there is something that I mentioned just now, the advantages of Power Apps with NowDB custom connector over the rest of the connection. So this is a simple table to show that our NowDB is able to auto-generating the Swagger. Okay, so the Swagger documentation, and you will have include insert, select, the for function, update, and remove. Okay, with the auto-generated Swagger, or we call it Open API, you can just import into Power Apps and you can start to consume. All right, so let me show you the apps which I have generated using CDS as well as using the NowDB. All right, so I have opened these two. Okay, both of them are having 3,400 data connected to them. Okay, all right, so let me show you the data which I have already seen for references. Okay, this is the data, this is synced from the CDS, and it is displayed onto the app. This is 3,400 data, and there's another one which is synced from our NowDB, and it is also 3,400 data. right? So I put Hong-3400. Okay, now look at this apps. Okay, this is connected to CDS, which I have already synced to Excel. You can see that by using count. In fact, this has warning. Okay, all right. If I open the desktop, okay, they can only show 2,000 in count, and also using the amount to total up is only 2,000. And for gallery, they can only show 100 rows at each time. Okay, when you scroll down, it will show another hundreds, right? So 200 here. And for combo box, you can only see a view until 2000. Okay, for drop down and this box, okay, definitely will be the same for all database. It will show up to 500 as a maximum. All right, and for search, definitely for even CDS, you can search easily until example 3999. All right, you have no problem to search the data. 3339. Okay, all right. So the limitation is you can only show up to 2000, and you have to use a lot of dedicated formulas to achieve what you want. But for NowDB, we do not have such issues. You can anyhow use any formula. There's no warning. Okay, it will show you 3,400 data. You will sum up. Okay, you can count by today. Okay, today is 2nd of April. Okay, I have data in September 300, and it will show the data 3,400. Okay, just for your reference, both are using clear collect. Okay, all right, this is to be fair. And I can also view the data here and immediately. All right, so you do not have such thing as not sure. Okay, here I can just scroll down all the way to view all the data. So you can see the very big difference between CDS compared to our NowDB custom connector. You may want to ask why. Yes, it is custom connector, so all the formulas are not limited to the local calculation. So it is on cloud-based. So let's come back to this one. Okay, so this is so-called NowDB, whereby we can auto-generate Swagger. You don't have to learn how to write Swagger. There's no such thing. And all this Swagger is connected to NowDB and is reusable to other users without it affecting the original database. All right? And as I mentioned to you just now, these are all the delegable data sources, and you have all the formulas which you need to learn on how to overcome. But for our cases, we do not have such issue. Okay, and this is so-called OpenAPI, and we will also embed HTML for the purpose of printing, which is something not supported by PowerApps at the moment, but we can generate Swagger documentation manually and for printing to web. Okay, all right. So these are the topics which I will be slowly presenting and push to YouTube. That is on the application of NowDB in the next video, as well as how to connect to the canvas and then printing. Okay, before I end my video, okay, let me show you where can you connect the custom connector. So this is the custom connector. Yeah, let me refresh. This is custom connector. You can easily import. Wait for the wall. Okay, in fact, you can import OpenAPI. Let me refresh one more time. Yeah, maybe the internet is not working fast enough. Okay, these are all the custom connector, and you can import from the Swagger which have been generated automatically and saved as JSON file. Okay, once you have import, you can just connect, and you'll be used as a normal connector. So the last part I'm going to show you is, yes, this is our NowDB Cloud Services to generate OpenAPI. So once you install this, okay, and you can automatically generate OpenAPI. So this is the data which I had shown you just now. All right, so that is the end of my session today. And definitely in the next video, we will show you exactly how can we use NowDB to automatically generate Swagger, and we can do something much more better than CDS, SharePoint, and SQL. So for those big data, that is something very important, and you do have to learn about writing Swagger. Thank you very much.